Welcome. In this video, you'll see me do something that I don't usually do in Call of Duty games, as I just like to actually play, shoot, have fun. And that's going on the camel grind. Something I don't usually do, something I haven't done in any of the Call of Duty previous. But I don't know, it seems like for this one they finally got Call of Duty right after getting it wrong so many times. So I feel like I'm going to go on the camel grind this time, and you guys are going to watch it, if you want to. Now, if you're new here, that's no surprise. I have a very small channel. So one thing you can expect on this channel almost always is MMA news, at least for UFC, because that's just what I watch. I don't watch the other ones. I am thinking about getting into one championship though. Anyways, back to the actual news stuff. Jorge Masvidal says that Michael Chandler doesn't qualify as a BMF.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Now, instead of telling you why that's all the way incorrect, I'm gonna just give you a list of people who I think the BMF should be before I give you the list that belt should have gone to Nate, whether he won or lost. With the way his career, at least in the UFC for now, ended, that guy's truly the main character of the UFC. You can't tell me otherwise. Now for the list. I have RDA, Neil Magny, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, Michael Chandler, Gilbert Burns, Kamaru Usman. The list goes on, that's just to name a few, but notice how Jorge Masvidal wasn't there. Next, name a fighter that you thought had the potential to become the GOAT of their respective division, but didn't quite live up to that. Now, while Luke Rockhold is definitely a good person to pick for middleweight, I thought a lot more was going to happen with Yoel Romero, let's be honest. The dude literally has all of the tools needed to stay champion for an extremely long time, especially since he's 40 and Bellator still KOing people. But like the post said, he didn't quite live up to that. And my next person is Cody Garbrandt, because the way he did Dominic Cruz that night was something spectacular. Like straight out of a movie. It was something different. But little did we know that Team Alpha Male literally built Cody Garbrandt to beat Dominic Cruz, and that was it. Outside of that, well, I'm sure you've seen what happens outside of that. And last but not least, it's Henry Cejudo. Now, I realize that he could very well be the best combat athlete of all time, but you really wouldn't be able to argue with that statement at all had he stayed at flyweight or went back to flyweight after capturing the bantamweight title and just staying there to defend it in order to catch up to DJ's accomplishments at flyweight. I mean, honestly, looking at the flyweight division now, I still don't think anyone there could beat him in his prime form. And lastly, why isn't this fight getting more hype? I mean, this fight was announced and it flew completely under the radar. I'm disappointed, seriously. Follow me on Instagram and on Twitter.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.